Barangay Ginebra versus Phoenix Fuel Masters. Last game kontra sa Converge na bigong manalo ang Ginebra, and nag-decide ako hindi na lang gumawa ng video kasi I had things to say. Ayoko magreklamo sa internet. Pero next time na lang siguro. Coming off a loss, diba? So expect this Barangay Ginebra team na mas aggressive and mas locked in. Which is yun naman yung nangyari ng first half. Ang napansin ko kaya maganda yung performance sila or yung offense sila at the very least. Defense-wise, medyo suspect na onte, pero offensively, they looked good naman. Kasi yung offense sila, guard-centric. So ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag-uusapan natin dito. We will talk about the first half first, mamaya yung second half. Pero napansin ko sa sets ng Ginebra, mostly ang entrance ng bola papunta sa high post instead of the usual triangle low post. Dito sa play na to, okay, Troy Rosario sa high post, di ba? Very similar sa panahon ni Sistan. They put the ball sa high post and then merong parang 3-man game dito, pin down from Jeremiah Gray, i-receive ni Scottie Thompson yung bola. So, di ba, kung ikaw si Troy, hindi mo kailangan maging super, Al Jefferson, Junmar Fajardo type of big man to be effective. Kailangan mo lang mag-playmake sa high post, mag-initiate. Then pagka-receive ng handoff, di ba, mag-set ka ng solid screen. And then doon na maka-highlight yung skill set ng mga gwardiya. Like sila Scottie, sila RJ, sila Holt, sila Jeremiah Gray. Diba, nasa guards yung talent ng Ginebra. So, sa ganitong klaseng action or sa ganitong klaseng play design, nalalabas yung, maximum potential ng guards and wings nila. Kasi, walang nakaharang sa paint, walang pumoposte sa paint na black hole. And umiikot yung bola and everyone is moving naman. And I've been saying this for, ilang conferences na all year long na yung veterans ng Ginebra kailangan mag-step up. Dito yung coverage nila kay Tyler Tio. Very soft and very, hindi ideal. Japet Scottie, very inconsistent. Si Japet, mas consistent siya. So, yun, they need to be better kasi sila yung leaders. Wala nang LA Tenorio sa team. Walang Mark Kagiwa sa dulo ng bench na magiging vocal leader for them. So, these two players kailangan maging, leaders on and off the court. And nagsisimula yun sa action. Dito naman, triangle offense. Pero kita nyo ba yung common theme dito na sa high post nanggagaling yung action. Dito again, pinch post for Troy Rosario, semi-blind pig for Jeremiah Gray. Pero again, it's, the play design. Nasa high post yung bola, so may space ngayon yung wings to cut. Diba? May space yung guards to drive, and then doon na nagbubukas yung offense. Kasi yung bigs mo, nagpe-playmake sa tuktok. Diba? Kahit sa NBA, sila Isaiah Hartenstein. For example, Goga Bitadze, hindi naman talaga 3-point shooter or hindi rin sila, post-up threat. Pero since involved sila sa high post, nag-initiate sila ng offense sa mga handoff nila, sa mga give. Threat sila and involved sila sa offense. So lahat nai-involve, hindi nakatayo lang. Dito, mas na-engage yung guards and wings ng Barangay Ginebra. And again, dito, medyo messy ng onte, pero 'di ba, you see the vision. RJ Abarientos, pitch pass papunta kay Torres sa high post. Instead na mag-zoom action sila dito for Jason David na hindi rin naman shot creator, binalik na lang, hinandback kay RJ Abarientos. Essentially, a pick and roll. 'Di ba? Attack the drop defense of number 12. RJ Abarientos pull-up jumper, and yun yung nagsimula yung rhythm ni RJ Abarientos. A little bit messy, pero 'di ba, it works kasi okay yung spacing and yung play design is okay as well. Kumpara mo dito, Japet Aguilar post isolation, so lahat sila ngayon static, lahat nakatayo. Nag-antayan pa sila, turnover, Japet Aguilar, patay ang opensa. Ngayon, na-involved na si RJ and mainit na siya, takot na yung defense, and now, nagpapakita na sila ng 2 defenders kada ball screen kay RJ Abarientos. So this puts Ginebra sa advantage. Kung maipasa ni RJ Abarientos to successfully, meron na silang 3v4. Diba? Yun talaga yung advantages of having an RJ Abarientos na involved sa offense, or this is why it's a good idea to run the offense through RJ. Kasi si RJ naturally dribble pull-up threat and naturally a playmaker. So kumbaga pag dinoble team mo siya, yes, sometimes he makes erratic plays. Sometimes he makes, a magician type of play na paano nangyari yun. Pero kasi nanggagaling siya sa same energy of body of work niya. Kumbaga hindi mangyayari yung mga RJ Abarientos 1 in a million plays kung wala yung mga erratic plays kasi nanggagaling siya from the same place. If that makes sense. Nanggagaling siya sa isang lugar lang. And yun yung guts ni RJ Abarientos to do and to, pull off. And again, sa RJ Abarientos, di ba, nag-ala Harlem Globetrotters dito sa play na to. Nag-collapse in defense after ng dribble penetration. Di ba, wide open Jeremiah Gray sa corner. And again, RJ Abarientos, Scottie Thompson, Jeremiah Gray, sila yung leading scorers ng first half and maganda laro ng Ginebra sa offense. Hindi yon coincidence. Gray with 13, RJ with 13, Scotty with 12. Kasi yung offense nila tumatakbo and umiikot kasi nilalagay nila sa high post instead of, putting the ball sa low post and then wala na, mamamatay na yung opensa. Now, third quarter, dito na mas naging komplikado ang ball game. Dito sa play na to, triangle, pass to the corner, pero look at where Japet is. Nasa high post. So, kagaya nung kanina, medyo nag-succeed pa din yung mga ganitong klaseng plays ng Ginebra. And it's kind of funny kasi sa main channel may ginagawa ako na video similar to this. Basically, triangle 101 siya sa konteksto ng Gilas. Tapos may portion doon na shinare ko yung mga tweaks ko sa triangle offense. Isa to sa mga yon na iaangat ko yung low post to the high post. Pero anyway, masyado ko nang ini-spoil. Sa susunod na clip natin dito, same thing na Japet siya post-up initially. Pero they kept it moving. Nag-cut si Stephen Holt, basically freed up, the open space sa baseline. Kasi hindi nila pinilit yung poste kay Japet Aguilar. Guard-centric pa rin siya. And medyo nahabol yung Ginebra later on the third quarter dahil sa turnovers nila. Pero sa akin kasi ibig sabihin nun, willing sila to move the ball and make plays instead of, standing around. Diba? Polishing lang talaga. Dito talaga dapat sa play na to, yung decision ni RJ Barrientos papunta kay Jason David. Na pagka-skip pass niya kay Jason David, magko-close out dito si Azul, merong extra pass to Norbert Torres na 2 versus 1 na, maybe ma-open si Stephen Holt sa reversal sa wing. Pero ito yung mga bagay na kasama sa growth areas ni RJ, which is okay. And bata pa naman, marami pang panahon to develop and learn. Pero ang napansin ko kasi with Ginebra, as soon as meron ng pressure or meron ng pushback against their opponent sa fourth quarter or maybe later on the third quarter, ganon. Yung Ginebra team na to, ang hirap i-explain pero para sila nagiging mga headless chicken, bigla sila mga nagiging robot. Ang theory ko dito or my assumption, nagiging conflicted yung mga players. Bigla silang nagiging parang mga people pleaser or mga team cone pleasers na parang naglalaro na lang sila for coach team's approval para maging masaya si coach and not, necessarily playing basketball kung paano sila maglalaro ng basketball and being true to themselves. Parang biglang nagiging sila, like robot and parang nagiging
Coach Team, okay ba to? Coach Team, do you like me now, Coach Team? Coach Team, tama ba yung ginawa ko, Coach Team? Coach Team, look, I made the right play. Are you happy now? Parang biglang nagiging ganun sila.
Assumption ko lang naman. And ang nangyayari doon, nagiging conflicted sila. And parang lalo nag-i-implode the way they play basketball sa loob ng court. Parang yung players nila, they're constantly seeking for team cons approval instead of just, making the damn play. Dito, Troy Rosario, i-high-low niya kay Scotty Thompson instead of swinging it to Stephen Holt. Kasi, pag high-low niya kay Scotty Thompson, magiging masaya si Coach Tim. Kasi yun naman yung signature ng, di ba, Ginebra offense. Big to big, high-low, di ba? Don't force three-pointer. So, diba, let's look for the high-low para masaya si Coach Tim. Pero, di ba, kumpara mo dito, ball screen with Scotty Thompson, he just took the shot, di ba? Inatake lang talaga nila yung defense, ball screen. Na-rewardan siya kasi, naging natural siya sa sarili niya and he just, played basketball. Dito naman, malaya lang silang nagba-basketball, swing kay Scotty Thompson to RJ, pump fake, extra dribble, three-pointer. And again, it's just, basketball players playing like themselves, playing basketball, drive and kick, not necessarily, executing the offense to perfection. They're not seeking for Coach Tim's approval. They're just, reading or taking what the defense is giving. And now, ito naman, bigay ko credit kay Coach Tim. He took out Japet Aguilar sa dulo ng fourth quarter. He put in Norbert Torres. So, kagaya nung napag-usapan natin kanina na guard-centric plays, ang naging resulta kasi yun, pag nagda-drive sila Scotty, okay, ang luwag ngayon kasi nasa perimeter si Norbert Torres. So, kahit nasa blay pa yun, di ba, na ipasok mo na yung bola sa ilalim, good things happen. So, ayun, talagang, ang logic ko kasi dito, si Tim ko naman kasi, I feel like, alam naman niya yung solution sa puzzle. Alam niya yung sagot. Minsan lang talaga, nauuna kung ano yung alam niya. Kung saan siya komportable. Again, dito, it's RJ Barrientos. Naalala niyo ba yung play kanina kay Troy Rosario, yung high-low, yung hinay-low niya kay Scotty instead of swinging it to Stephen Holt. Dito, ball screen with RJ, 2 on the ball kay RJ, swing to Troy, feed kay Troy, ini-swing ni Troy papunta kay Stephen Holt, and ayun, 3-pointer. Kasi they're just playing basketball. Not necessarily, may agenda. They're not seeking for team cons approval. Kinuha lang nila kung ano yung binibigay ng defense. And for Coach Tim Cone, after everything, after muntik ng, magka-blunder ngayong fourth quarter, bumawi naman siya with a masterclass putting Torres in, making their offense a little bit more fluid. And na-engage ulit yung mga guardian nila kagaya ng first half. In this game, he took the risk, a correct risk. And ayun, it worked. Panalo ang Ginebra kontra Phoenix 102-93. First 6 minutes ng fourth quarter, 2 points lang Team Cone put in Norbert Torres, gumanda spacing, gumanda flow. Nabinawi naman sa dulo and nag-give in siya. Nagawin yung hindi siya komportable.